Select all of the following expressions that will represent an imaginary number. So we're looking for expressions that once you simplify it, your answer will be an imaginary number. That means that your answer should have an I. And they give you 5 different options. We know the definition that we know is that I squared is equal to -1. And that's the definition that we're going to use. So let's start with letter A. I squared. How many I squares do I have in 16? 8. Because 2 times 8 gives me 16. Do I have any i's left? No. So therefore your answer will not have an I. So that will not be my answer. But let me go and continue on. I'm going to replace I squared with -1, since that's the definition that we know. To the 8th power, -1 to the 8th power will be +1. And that's my answer, because I need it to be imaginary. Letter B. I squared to what exponent is 22 to the 11th power? 2 times 11 is 22. Do I have any i's left? No. So that's going to be a real number. It's not imaginary. My imaginary numbers have an I. But let me continue on. I squared is -1. To the 11th power will be -1, which is a real number. Letter C. I squared to what exponent is 29? Or how many squares are in 29? We have 14. 2 times 14 is 28. To get to 29, I need one more. So therefore my answer will have an I, and that's what we're looking for. Let's simplify it. I squared is -1 to the 14th power and the I. -1 to the 14th power is -1 times an I is -I, which is a imaginary number. Letter D. I squared. How many I squares are in 27? 13. 2 times 13 is 26. To get to 27, I need one more. So therefore, my answer will have an I. So D is also an answer. But let's simplify. I squared is -1 to the 13th power and my I. -I to the 13th power is -1 times I is -1. I, so it'll be -I. So that's an I, and that's an imaginary number. 25. I squared. How many I squares are in 25? 12. 2 times 12 is 24. To get to 25, I need one more. So therefore, my answer will have an I, and that's also an imaginary number. But let's finish it up. I squared is -1 to the 12th power times I. -1 to the 12th power is going to be +1 times I will be 1I or just I. So all three of them have an I, and they make them imaginary number.